Start to make your way into a nice comfortable seat, either on your knees or with your legs crossed. See if you can breathe a little more length into your spine. See if you can create a little more space in your body, in your head, with your breath. Close your eyes. And just start to breathe a little bit deeper. See if each inhale can be an invitation as you draw it in through the nose, past the head, come down into the heart, into the belly. And even as you exhale back out through the nose, try to stay down there in the heart, in the belly, out of the head. If you notice a thought, just find that little inner smile, notice it there and soften, and see if that helps you sink back down into that space in your heart, that space in your belly. See if you can breathe so slowly, it's almost like you're not even breathing, like you're not even moving, almost like you're being breathed. See if you're holding any optional tension in the face or the shoulders, and use your exhale to let that go. So a couple of you were here last night, kind of still toying with that same notion. You just stay here with your eyes closed, keep breathing. So I keep having this idea, or reminder, I guess, just about the importance of being right here in this moment. And I've been noticing myself get taken out of it. And I'll notice that all of these ideas about myself is usually what takes me out of it. Recently, I've been thinking a lot about the idea of self-love. And for the last couple of years, had you sent me just a random article about self-love, I might have had this idea like, yeah, I know. I read books like that in my early 20s. I've known the importance of loving myself for a long time. I do all the things. I do the yoga. I do the this, the that. I really love myself. And not that that's not true, and not that I won't continue doing all of that. But there's just been, I've had some opportunities lately to realize that unless in this very moment you are giving yourself that love, that joy of being that is accessible to us at all times, that it doesn't matter how much work you've done or all the things you might think you know, because if you're not applying them right here in this moment, you're kind of missing the point and misperceiving yourself. When you perceive yourself correctly, you will feel that joy of being. When you tap into that part of you that is infinite, eternal, and only love and light, you will feel this bliss. It'll come and go, thoughts will come and take you back out of it. Try not to have any judgment, just find that soft inner smile and see if you can soften and come back to that space in your heart. Because in that space, you are giving yourself all the love. And if you're not giving yourself all the love in this moment, the chances are you're probably looking to get it from something outside yourself, expecting somebody in your life to show up a certain way to give you that this feeling that we crave so much, but can only give ourselves. I believe that is the trap or the illusion, is we want so desperately to share that with someone else. So then we come back into our head and try to relate it to another person through words, and then we're no longer in this. So see if you can really just focus on staying in that space, using every inhale as an invitation to go down, bypassing the head, into the heart, into the belly, and be there. Using each exhale to soften anywhere you might still be holding tension. Maybe it's not even a body part. Maybe it's some of those ideas about ourselves or those judgments about ourselves or others. So let the movements just be secondary. Let's just see if we can stay in that place in the heart and feel that energy, that subtle energy body here in your fingers, in your lips. And see if we can really let go of what the practice looks like today and just see what it feels like to start moving, to start bringing some of this love and light from our heart up into our head and out into the world. All right, you can open your eyes or you can keep them closed. Inhale, rock forward a little bit. Lift your heart up. Start to look up. Keep lifting your heart like it's being pulled up towards the heavens. Let your head be heavy. Let your shoulders relax. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest. Rock forward first. Tuck all the way into a little ball and then you can rock back. Inhale, rock forward. Lead with the heart. Radiate that heart forward. Look up, fill up, take one more sip, stay a little longer. Move slowly as you start to tuck everything into that tight little ball, rounding the spine. See how long you can make each breath and each move last. See if you can stay aware of that inner body, that heart beating, the tingling in the fingers. See if you can bring a little more joy into this breath, this moment. Now we're going to make it a little bigger on the inhale. We're going to slowly float the arms out like we're expanding and then lift them all the way up, taking as much space as we can, being big, feeling our power, our energy. And then exhale, we contract, coming back to that emptiness and being okay with that. Empty every last drop. Move slowly as you inhale. Create some space in your body with the breath. Take some space with your body. Exhale slowly, contract. Now we're going to get weird and make it even bigger. We're going to stand up on the inhale and then slowly come up any way you like and just take up as much space as you can. See if there's anywhere you can bring a little more air into, and then exhale, get as small as possible. So feeling the difference here between feeling kind of empowered and energized and big and powerful, and then just feeling kind of small and weak and empty. And see if you can love both of them just the same. Being okay with what is, with that expanding and contracting of the universe, with being everything and nothing at the same time. See if you can just feel that energy moving through you, letting go of how it looks. See if there's any more space to bring air into or any more space to let go. One more time, make it the biggest one. Maybe even make a little noise. Exhale, let it all out. Slowly come onto your hands and your knees and find a nice tabletop setup. And just start to breathe a little life into your spine. Maybe act like you're a water snake. Your spine is a water snake on top of the water. So keep the whole spine parallel to the ground and start to find this little S movement. Maybe starting to dip one shoulder or circle the hips. Just giving yourself permission to move in a non-linear way. Totally unattached to how it looks. If you're moving in one direction, go ahead and switch. We'll start to move into cat-cow. Find that same, draw the heart forward on the inhale, look up, fill up, expand. That exhale, we contract. Tucking the chin to the chest, pressing through the hands. Inhale, drop the belly, radiate the heart forward, stick the tailbone up towards the sky. Exhale, round it out. See how long you can make each breath and each move last, using each inhale as an invitation to go a little deeper into the heart, into the belly. Each exhale, an invitation to let go of some of that tension. Slowly come back to neutral. Press into your hands to shine the heart forward and roll the shoulders back. Keep your back of your neck long, so look down. Reach back through the right heel, point the toes down and slightly in. Keep your hips level from the side. Notice the tendency to bend one elbow or kind of make your structure lopsided here, and see if you can stay square. See if you can lift the left hip a little bit to lower the right hip, so both hips stay in one line from the side. That right hip's not opening out towards the side. It's pointing down at the ground. Press back through the heel a little more. And imagine you could grow a little taller from your heel to your crown. Lift the left hand forward like you'll shake somebody's hand. Keep looking down to lengthen the back of the neck. Keep the left shoulder relaxed and drawing back into the socket, but reach forward with the fingers. Reach back with the heel. Press down into the right hand. Find your breath. Find a little more space. Exhale, knee to nose, round it out. Try to touch your knee to your nose or your forehead. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Point the toe, lift a little higher than level. You can start to look forward a little bit. Exhale, round it out. Make it last a little bit longer. Take your time. Next time you inhale, lengthen out, hold that leg up, bring the left hand back. Maybe you can grab that foot, kick up into the hand. Maybe you can reach around and grab that pinky toe side of the foot. Keep rooting into the right hand to lift the heart and kick up. And slowly release back, hands and knees. One really slow, sweet round of cat-cow. Take your time. Slowly come back to neutral. Look down, lengthen the back of the neck, press into the hands, shine the heart forward, roll the shoulders back. Move from your core as you lift that left leg up, point the toes down and slightly in, press back through the heel. Straighten the arms, find your strength, find a little more length. Reach the right hand forward, shoulder stays soft and drawing back. Back of the neck stays long by looking down. Reach the fingers forward, reach back through that heel. Exhale, knee to nose or forehead around the spine. Let that inhale lengthen and fill you up, expanding. On the exhale, contracting, becoming empty. Next time you lengthen out, hold here. Reach the right hand back, grab that foot. Maybe pinky toe side, kick up into the hand. Root down into the left hand, lift up through the heart. Kick up into the hand one more time. Stay with your breath. Slowly come back, hands and knees. One really slow, sweet round of cat-cow. And then when you're ready, you'll slowly make your way back, downward facing dog. You can move around however you like in your first downward facing dog, or you can get right into stillness here if you feel ready. Shake your head a little bit. So you're not looking forward at the camera at all here because you want the back of the neck to stay long. Slowly walk your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale to lift up halfway and exhale, fold. Bring your feet together, bend your knees, grab your elbows from the behind your knees. Pull your head down towards your knees. So it's okay if the knees are deeply bent. Let your head be heavy, let your breath be deep. Maybe you start to straighten into the legs. Pull the head down towards the feet. Pull the shoulders up out of the ears. Find your breath. We're gonna slowly roll it up. Act like your arms and head weigh 100 pounds. Press into the feet to slowly ripple up. Press down through all four corners of the feet. Lift up through the heart. Grow a little taller. Roll the shoulders back. Interlace the fingers back there. Maybe the palms glue together. Keep pressing down into the feet, lengthening through the crown. Find a little backward bend. Keep pressing into the feet. Keep your core engaged. Start to hinge at the hips and lengthen forward. If you need to bend the knees, that's okay. Come all the way down. Let your head be heavy. Shake it out and then reach your arms up and overhead. Rock a little weight into the balls of the feet. Lift the sit bones up and back. Now lower your booty back behind you. So you're bending the knees, but don't let them pop forward. Keep them stacked over the ankles. Just lower the booty back behind you. Release the arms, reach them forward, and then reach them up. Maybe the gaze can follow them up to the sky. Drop a little more weight into the heels. Stick your booty back more. Draw your upper body back more, trying to stack shoulders over hips. Feel the heart lifting and the shoulders drawing down the back as you reach up out of the waist. Press into the feet, come all the way up, find a little backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Press into the feet, keep the shoulders soft. Inhale, reach out, lengthen up. Take one more little sip to fill all the way up. Use that exhale to lengthen forward, hinging at the hips, leading with the heart. Draw the belly in and up out of the way so you can fold in a little deeper. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, right foot steps back, right knee lowers down. Inhale, rise up, take your time. Exhale, lower the hands, step back to plank and find a nice long line of energy here. Back of your neck as long as you're looking down. Press into the hands to shine the heart forward and roll the shoulders back. Draw the belly in and up, lift the quads up off the knees and see if you can grow a little taller from the heels to the crown. If you came back to having thoughts, just find that soft inner smile and see if you can sink back down into that heart space. Lower the knees and then the chest and then the chin, untuck the toes. So your hands are under your shoulders, your elbows are hugging in tight, and they're also reaching back towards the feet. Use your hands like you're trying to slither forward like a snake. Press into the feet and lift the heart up. Keep using the hands to pull the heart forward, roll the shoulders back. And on each inhale, we'll come a little higher. If this is intense and you don't feel warm enough yet, then every exhale you can lower all the way back down. Otherwise, just stay up and every inhale lifts you a little higher, fills you up a little bit more. And every exhale, you soften into that. Maybe you start to straighten into your arms. You can push on the hands a little bit, but don't stop pulling with the hands to pull the heart forward and roll the shoulders back. Relax your glutes. Really, really slowly lower back down, like you're really fragile. Press back through child's pose and lift up, downward facing dog. Getting right into stillness here if you feel ready. Press through your fingers and knuckles just a little bit more. Let your head be heavy. Let your breath be deep. Imagine you're trying to melt your heart down towards your knees a little bit more. Melting your belly down towards your thighs a little more. But belly's drawing in and up, kind of hollowed out here. Slowly walk your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. When you're completely empty, inhale, reverse swan dive, or just roll up like we did before. Finding that backward bend at the top, exhaling your hands to your heart. And your hands down by your sides, root down into the feet. Inhale, reach out, lengthen up, be big, fill up. Exhale, press into the feet, lengthen forward. Synchronizing the movement with the breath. So you're completely empty when you get all the way into the fold. Using that half lift to find that big inhale and that nice long spine. Stay a little longer, one more sip. Step the left foot back, lower the left knee down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower the hands, step back to plank. Find your strength here, find length in the back of your neck. Press into the hands. Now slowly lower any way you like, maybe rocking forward on the toes and lowering through chaturanga, maybe lowering knees, chest, chin, baby cobra. Take your time, we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right foot high. Keep your foot flexed, toes point down and slightly in to keep the hips in line. Head is heavy, breath is deep, arms are straight and strong. Come up on the tippy toes to create some space. As you exhale, draw the knee to the nose, try to touch it. Inhale, shoot it back up, left heel presses down, right heel presses up. Come up on the toes to create space. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through, crescent lunge. Arms reach up out of the waist, sink in here, knee over ankle, shoulders over hips. So check in. If your knee is not over your ankle, no judgment, right? Just fix it. Get the knee right over the ankle. If it seems to be pointing off in one direction, center it out over that middle toe. As you press the right knee forward, notice the right hip kind of wants to come along for the ride. Nope, draw that right hip back and that left hip forward. Draw that low belly in and up, lift up through the heart, reach up out of the waist. On the exhale, soften through the face, soften through the shoulders, sink into that heart space. Stay there. Keep the heart lifting, elbows draw towards each other behind you. Now keep the shoulders rolled open as you lower the hands down and interlace your fingers. See if you can glue the palms together back there. Keep pressing the right knee forward and drawing the right hip back. Keep the heart lifting, find a little backward bend. Keep the length in your spine as you hinge forward, dropping your head inside that right knee. Let your head be heavy. Keep pressing the right knee straight out over the middle toe. Reaching the arms up and overhead. Grounding back through that left heel. Lower your hands to the ground. Crawl over towards the left to that wide leg forward fold. Turn your toes in towards each other a little bit. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Head is heavy, breath is deep, arms are soft. You can have the knees bent, but see if you can slowly start to straighten the legs, rocking a little weight into the balls of the feet, lifting those sit bones up and back. Now walk the hands back behind you with your fingers pointing back away from you and try to pull your head down towards the earth. Pull your shoulders out of the ears, rock a little more weight into the balls of the feet, lift those sit bones up and back. Slowly bring your hands back under your shoulders, little bend in the knees, bring your hands to your hips and slowly come on up. Now turn your toes all the way out. Now we're trying to stack our knees over our ankles, so if they go out past your ankles, take a wider step. You might need to help the knees open back here to open the hips. You might need to move around a little bit. I do have my socks on, which I don't recommend practicing in socks because it's difficult. But it's a little chilly out here, okay? Don't judge me. Okay, keep sinking in a little more here, pressing the knees back and open. But now bring your thumbs inside, pointing down at the knees. Sink a little weight there to find a little more length in your spine. Keep pressing the knees open. Now start to lift the heart and roll the shoulders open. Keep this length through the spine and the back of the neck as you drop the right shoulder towards the left foot. Slowly come back to center, resituate. Sink some weight into your hands to find more length in your spine. Roll the shoulders back. Left shoulder, right foot. Stay with your breath. Slowly come back to center. And now staying right here, bring your arms up like cactus. Keep drawing the knees back a little more, elbows back a little more. Spiral the pinkies in towards the face. Find your breath. Sink in a little bit. Press into the feet. Inhale, rise up, be big, feel powerful. Exhale, sink in, elbows and knees back. Feel powerless. Feel that expansion on the inhale when you are everything, creating all that space. And on that exhale, letting it all go, letting go of all those ideas about yourself or needing to be big. One more time, inhale, press into the feet, reach up, fill up. Exhale, sink in a little deeper, elbows back, knees back. Bring your hands to your hips, turn all your toes to face forward. So your right foot's in front, yeah? Reach up out of the waist, lower your hands to the ground, shoot the left foot high like standing splits. Let your head be heavy. Let your breath be deep. Level your hips from the side, so root down into the right foot. To lift the right hip and lower the left hip. Find your breath. Flex that foot. Press up through the left heel. Press down through the right heel equally. Slowly step back. Step the right foot back two into plank. Lower through chaturanga. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left foot up. Flex the foot. Toes point down and slightly in. Level the hips. Arms are straight and strong. Head is heavy. Breath is deep. Come up on the toes. Create some space. Exhale, draw the knee all the way to the nose. Inhale, shoot it up and back. Right heel presses down. Left heel presses up with equal pressure. Come on the toes to create space. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through, crescent lunge. Knee over ankle. Check it out. Fix it. Let it go. Reach up out of the waist. So feel the heart lifting, fingers reaching, but shoulders softly drawing down the back. Creating that perfect balance between strength and surrender. Because we're trying to create space, but not at the expense of tensing up our face or our shoulders, right? That's the part we let go a little bit. So we're not being as big as we possibly can. We're just creating space as much as we can without creating that tension, finding that line. Keep your shoulders rolled open as you lower the hands down behind. If you feel like they closed it all, just one more time, roll them open, and then maybe the palms flew. Keep pressing the left knee straight forward over that middle toe, drawing that left hip back into the socket, find a little backward bend. And then hinge forward, drop your head inside that knee. Keep pressing the left knee straight forward, head is heavy. Right heel pressing straight back, arms reaching up and overhead. Stay with your breath. Pull the belly in, out of the way. Lower the hands to the ground, slowly crawl over to the right. Finding that wide leg forward fold, turn the toes in, inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. All right, now you can do any variation you like here. Maybe you reach around and grab the outside edge of your feet, stepping on all 10 fingers, pulling the head down towards the earth. Maybe you feel like going upside down. If you can get your head to the ground and start to lift your feet with no momentum, feel free to go up. If you feel like you're almost there, just rock a little more weight into your toes. Lift your sit bones up and back a little more. Tip forward and see if you can get the head to touch the ground today. Slowly come back, hands under shoulders. Little bend in the knees, bring your hands to your hips and come on up. Okay, I think I have to take my socks off now. Turn your toes out again. Try to stack your knees over your ankles. Start bending into your knees a lot. If they go past your ankles, take a little wider step. Find your breath. Find those cactus arms again. Now we're going to lift the right heel up off the ground. All right, keep drawing the knees back, elbows back. Come up high on those right toes. Feel the heart lifting, shoulders melting. Use this next inhale as an invitation to go down into the heart, down into the belly. Use this exhale to let go, sink in a little more. Lower the right heel as the left heel lifts up. Find your breath. All right, both heels lift up, bend into the knees a little more. Elbows and knees back, heart is full. Slowly lower the heels down. Inhale, reach up, be big. Exhale, sink in, bend the knees, draw everything back, back, back. Open the heart. Inhale, straight legs, straight arms. Press into the feet, lift the quads, reach up. Exhale, sink in. Take your time. One more time. Bring your hands to your hips. Turn all your toes to face forward. Crescent lunge with left leg in front. As left knee presses forward, left hip draws back. Reach up out of the waist. Lower your hands to the ground. Shoot the right foot high, standing splits. Head is heavy, breath is deep, hips are in line. Rock a little weight into the ball of the left foot. Kick up through that right heel. Find your breath. Feel the left hip lifting, right hip lowering. Stay here. Slowly step the right foot back and then the left into plank pose. Find a little more length. Stay focused. Keep the back of your neck long. No need to look around. Lower any way you like. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward into plank pose. Feel the strength in your body here. Any sensation you're feeling, even shaking, just feel that as the sensation of life moving through you. Invite it in a little deeper. Try not to have judgments about whether you like it or not. Just try to feel it, try to experience it. Roll to the outside edge of the left foot. Reach the right hand up, lift the hips a little higher, find your breath. Roll your heart up towards the sky. Now lower the left knee to the ground and reach the right arm up alongside the head. Spiral the pinky towards the ground, ground into the right foot. Scoop the hips forward towards that long edge of the mat. Roll the heart up towards the sky and reach through the fingers. Slowly come back to plank pose. Without moving your hands, walk or slide your feet back to lower your forearms down. That way your hands will look just like down dog still. Find this one nice long line of energy. Keep looking down to keep the back of your neck long. Trust yourself. Press into the hands and the forearms. Draw the belly in and up. Feel the quads lifting off the knees. Now slowly start to walk your feet in a little closer. Let your booty go high like dolphin pose. Head is heavy. Breath is deep. Shoulders out of the ears. Lift the right leg up. Flex that foot. Keep your hips in line. Come up high on the left tippy toes. Exhale, lower the right foot back down. Inhale, lift the left foot. Flex it. Point the toes down and in. Right hip lifting, left hip lowering. Come up on the toes. Exhale, lower the left foot down. Lower the knees down. Find a child's pose. Let the center of your forehead rest on the mat and sink in a little deeper than usual. Inhale a little more joy into this breath, into this body, into this moment. And exhale, let that go and sink in. Slowly come back up, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward into plank right away, finding that length in the back of the neck, length in the arms, length in the spine, a little more length in this breath. Roll to the outside edge of the right foot. Reach the left hand up, side plank, other side. Lift the hips a little higher, find your breath, roll the heart up towards the sky. Lower the right knee down, ground into the left foot, reach the left arm up alongside the ear, spiral the pinky down, find a little more length. Press down into the right hand, roll the heart up towards the sky, and find a little more space. From the heel out to the fingertips. Slowly come back to plank without moving your hands. Walk or slide the feet back, find that forearm plank. Shine the heart forward, roll the shoulders back, find your breath. Slowly walk the feet in, let the booty go high like dolphin pose. Head is heavy, breath is deep, left foot lifts up high. Keep that foot flexed, toes point down and in. Come up on the toes. Slowly lower the left foot back down. Inhale, right foot lifts up. Maybe you're working on kicking up here, go right ahead. Otherwise, whenever you're done here, go ahead and find a child's pose. Come back to that breath. Come back to the heart. Come back to this moment. Because it is only right now in this moment that you can shine your light. You can't shine your light yesterday. Can't shine it ahead of time for tomorrow, unfortunately. You can only shine it right now. You can only give yourself that love, that joy of being that only you can access for yourself right now. So all the times you've given it to yourself, all the work you've done to remember that, let it all be used for this moment to sink in a little deeper to that feeling of gratitude and abundance and fullness in your heart. When you're ready, come back up, downward facing dog. See if you can bring all that stuff with you to down dog and yet let it feel light. Inhale, lift the right leg up high. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose, step it through like warrior one. Left heel spins out and down, knee over ankle, set it upright, okay? Only you know if you're doing it right, so just do it right. Press the right knee forward, don't let the hip come. In fact, draw the right hip back, left hip forward. Press down into the feet. Notice if the outside edge of your left foot's trying to creep up, press it down. Low belly, in and up, make it tight, lift the heart, reach up out of the waist. Find all the space you can without letting the shoulders come, without letting the jaw tense. Find your breath, find that line of how much air you can take and then how much you can let go. Open it up, warrior two. Knee is still over ankle, shoulders still over hips. Reaching forward, reaching back, scooping the hips towards that long edge of the mat. Gazing out over the right fingertips. Maybe closing your eyes. See if you can just trust yourself. To not have to look at the screen, to not have to look around. Maybe not even to need your eyes open at all. Now bring your right elbow to your right knee and your left arm up and over alongside the ear. So we're not trying to rest too much weight here. In fact, we're doing a couple other things. We're pressing that right knee open because the tendency is for it to collapse in. So we're pressing it open to keep it stacked over the ankle. Then we're also using it for leverage to roll the heart up towards the sky and then reaching through the fingertips. Root down into both feet, scoop the hips towards that long edge, roll the heart up towards the sky, drawing the shoulder out of the ear, and then reach through the fingertips. Keep pressing the right elbow into the right knee, not only to draw the right knee back, but to draw the heart open. We're gonna come all the way up to reverse the warrior. Right knee doesn't move at all. Keep it pressing straight forward over that middle toe. Right hand reaches up and back. And cartwheel hands to mat, chaturanga, kneading back in downward facing dog. So I kind of keep turning the wrong way because I don't want to turn away from you because my voice doesn't carry. So if you're watching me, it will be confusing. Hence why you don't need to watch me. Just trust yourself, yeah. I can't see you even if you're watching me, so don't worry, I'm not talking right to you. The sun is kind of on the computer. So you got a free pass. All right, inhale, lift the left foot high. Exhale, draw the knee to your nose, step it through like warrior one, set it up. Knee over ankle, shoulders over hips, all the things, yeah? Left knee pressing forward, left hip drawing back to inch the right hip forward. Low belly, in and up, heart lifting up, reach up out of the waist. If there's thoughts coming in, smile. Find that inner softness, just notice it. Sink back into the heart, let it go. All right, now as you open up to warrior two, feel the hips now open towards that long edge of the mat. Knees still tracking straight over that middle toe. Arms parallel to the ground, gaze out over the left fingers. Feel that little lift in the heart, length in the back of the neck, softness through the face, softness through the shoulders. Left elbow to the left knee to help remind it to stay open towards that pinky toe side and to help use the leverage to open the heart, rolling the right shoulder back and then reaching through the right fingertips. Drawing that shoulder out of the ear, spiral the pinky towards the ground, maybe look up at that hand. Keep pressing the left elbow into the left knee to keep it opening and finding that leverage to roll the heart open one more time. Left knee doesn't move at all. Keep pressing it forward as you inhale, rise up to reverse it. Exhale, chaturanga. Kneading back in downward facing dog. All right, we're gonna hop up to a deep yogic squat at the top of the mat. Shift your gaze up between your hands, bend your knees, and hop those feet outside the hands. Sinking down into the heels. Start to draw your hands in towards your heart. If you can, your heels will be on the ground. I'm on a little hill, so I'm afraid I'll roll down backwards, Princess Bride style, if I lower my heels. So keep pushing your knees open a little more and drawing the thumbs in towards the heart. See if you can find a little more length in your spine. Find your breath. So check in with your wrists and your shoulders. If you feel like 100%, you can try this little arm balance. If you're even questioning it at all, you're gonna skip it. You can do something else here if you like. You can stay here in this deep yogic squat. You can try to find a bind around the leg, opening the shoulders. You can try something else, a headstand or something if you like. But if you want to try this arm balance, you'll bring the hands to the ground just like they're in down dog. Fingers spread wide, hands shoulder width. Actually, first, just bring your hands here. Bring your hands towards each other. See if you can feel that energy in your hands, that aliveness. See if you can really tap into that as you ground your hands down, feeling the strength of that connection with your hands on the earth, trusting that. And then to keep your legs in place on the outside of your arms, you're going to keep pressing your elbows out against your knees. And keep squeezing your knees in towards your elbows. That's what's gonna keep your knees stuck there to the outside of the arms, yeah? So now see if you can rock forward and lift your feet up off the ground. If you can't get your feet lifted, no worries. Maybe you just try lifting one foot, you're still balancing. Okay, but if you get both feet lifted, see if you can draw them in and up a little more by engaging the core. You can start to look just a little bit in front of you on the mat, but looking down towards the ground. Find your breath. Feel the strength in your hands and your arms. Stay with this breath a little bit longer. Maybe from your arm balance, you drop into a headstand. Maybe from your headstand, you hop it, you come back into that arm balance maybe. And then maybe shoot it back like chaturanga. In a couple breaths, we'll all meet back in downward facing dog. If you're going upside down, take your time, be here. So it's an optional vinyasa. Remember, no judgment. We don't show up on the mats to judge how our practice looks. So when you're ready, we'll all make our way back to child's pose. All right, this time turn your palms to face up. And now see if you can inhale into that space behind your heart and fill it all the way up. See if you can bring a little more joy into this breath, into that space. And then the exhale, feel that letting go, melting through the heart, melting through the shoulders. Now see if you can have that same letting go physically feeling on the inhale too. Keep that softening through the face and shoulders as you inhale and fill all the way up. Feeling that same release on the inhale and the exhale. Okay, now you're gonna lay on your bellies. Your arms are gonna be underneath of you and they're gonna look like this. So you're laying on your belly. Your elbows are touching if you can. Your pinkies are touching too, but your fingers are spread wide. All right? So you're laying on your arms, palms face down. All right? So your palms are touching the ground. Your arms are invisible to me because you're laying on them. Yeah? Your chin is on the ground. Find your breath. Now lift your right leg up off the ground. Point your toe, lift your right leg up a little higher. Notice how your left leg is trying to help. Don't let it. Relax the left leg. Press down into the hands and the shoulders. Reach back through the right toes. Lift up one more time. Find a little more length. Lift and slowly release. Lift the left foot up. Point the toes. Lift. Right leg doesn't get to help. Soften there. Press through the hands. Press through the shoulders. Feel the forearms digging in. Feel the hip bones digging into the forearms to release all that tension from being on our keyboards too much. Lengthen, lift, and release. Now we'll lift both legs. First, zip the toes and heels together. Zip the knees and thighs together. Inhale your two legs up as one. All right, reach back through the toes. Chin is on the ground. Press the hands and shoulders down. Find a little more length. Lift a little bit higher. One more breath. And slowly release. Now you're still laying on your belly. Bring your arms out to the sides like airplane wings. Zip your legs together. Inhale, lift everything up off the ground. Toes and heels squeeze together. Knees and thighs squeeze together. Lengthen and lift. Draw the arms back a little bit to lift the heart a little higher. Lift one more time. Now bend your knees. Reach back. Grab your ankles from the outside, right on your ankle bone. Try not to let your knees splay out. Try to keep them in line with your hips. You can start to look up a little bit, but don't crunch the back of your neck. You're still trying to lengthen a little bit there if possible. Kick up into your hands, maybe coming up till just your hip bones are on the ground and you're rocking forward and back. One more inhale, kick, and slowly release. Now we're gonna slowly come up to kneeling. And we're just gonna sit onto the left hip. And we're gonna bring the right foot up and around, flat on the ground outside that knee. So your right knee is pointed up, yeah? If your left heel's in the way, you can slide it out a little bit because you want your right glute down on the ground. We're gonna start to turn and twist to the right. Plant the right hand at the base of the spine to lengthen the spine. Reach the left hand up high. Hook the elbow outside the knee. Gaze over the right shoulder. Draw the right shoulder back a little more. Inhale a little more length into your spine. Exhale a little more depth into your twist. Soften the face, soften the shoulders. Use your breath. Stay with it. Now keep everything in place. Just your head turns slowly to the left, gazing out over the left shoulder, gazing down the left shoulder a little bit. Press your elbow into your knee to deepen the twist, and then really slowly unwind your whole self through center, finding a little counter twist on the left. And slowly come back up. We're gonna switch. So we're gonna bring the right knee down, left foot flat outside that knee so your left knee points straight up. Right heel might have to slide out so your left glute can come down. We'll start to turn and twist to the left, planting the left hand at the base of the spine to lengthen. Right hand reaches up, hook the elbow outside the knee, use that leverage. Gaze out over the left shoulder. Draw the left shoulder back more, ring out the spine. Inhale, lengthens the spine and the back of the neck. The chin is parallel to the ground. Exhale, twist, open. All right, slowly, just your head turns. Gaze out over the right shoulder, gaze down and past the right shoulder. Deepen the twist a little bit. Now really slowly unwind. Through center, find that little counter twist on the right. And slowly come back to center. Bring both your feet flat on the ground in front of you. And we'll lift the feet up off the ground, grabbing the backs of the knees. This one might be hard on a hill. Okay, you can keep a hold here if you need to, or you can straighten the arms and the legs, hugging the feet in towards center line, reaching out through the balls of the feet, pull the belly in, lift the heart, find your breath. Moving slowly, keep hugging everything into center as you lengthen until everything's just hovering a couple inches off the ground. Keep reaching out through the balls of the feet, keep reaching your fingers towards your feet, keep looking at your feet, and slowly release. Hug your knees into your chest. We're gonna roll back into a plow pose. See if you can get the toes to touch the ground behind your head. Keep your neck straight and soft. If you don't need your hands on your low back, lower them back down to the ground and press into your palms. Maybe even interlace your fingers back there. Maybe your palms even glue together. See if you can reach your feet back even further by softening through the neck and the shoulders. Bring your hands to your low back, creating a shelf for your hips as you straighten the legs up towards the sky. Stacking the hips over the shoulders and the feet over the hips. Zip your legs together. Reach up through the balls of the feet. Find your breath. See if you can lift your feet a little bit higher, taking some of that weight off the mat. Neck is straight and soft. Breath is deep and slow. Slowly lower back into that plow pose and take the deepest, slowest, sweetest breath here, letting go of some of this tension in your body. Letting go of some of the ideas about what this pose is supposed to look like or what your life is supposed to look like. And just be right here in this heart space, feeling this joy. Reach your hands back by your sit bones, press them down into the mat, pressing through the palms, using them as the brakes to slowly, 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 slow as you can go, roll out one vertebrae at a time. Maybe you want to pop up into fish for a second, sliding the hands under your body, palms facing down, lifting up onto the elbows to lift the heart, zip the legs together, reach out through the balls of the feet, elbows press down to lift the heart up, relax the head and neck back like you're trying to touch the top of the head to the mat. Maybe the legs lift up. Find your breath. And slowly release. Hug your knees into your chest. All right, cactus the arms, shift your hips to the right and lower your knees to the left, trying to stack the hips. Look down. You might still need to draw the left hip back a little bit to stack the hips. Gaze out over the right hand. Relax your shoulders. Relax your face. See if you can just be right here for a little bit longer with this breath, in that heart space. Slowly come back to center, hug your knees into your chest. Cactus the arms, hips to the left, knees to the right, stack the hips. Gaze out over the left hand. Soften through the shoulders, soften through the face. See how long you can make this breath last. See if you can find that softening, that letting go on the inhale and the exhale. If thoughts have come back, just find that soft inner smile, notice it, and come back to the heart. Slowly come back to center, hug your knees into your chest. Let your legs go long on the mat. Spread your feet as wide as the mat. Let your toes fall open. And just notice, maybe you have a little bit of gratitude that your practice is over and you get to lay down. And there's never anything wrong with some gratitude. But just noticing those little behaviors that kind of keep us in that trap of everything being a means to an end or an obstacle. Yes, you just did a great thing. You did your practice, you showed up for yourself. But that same way you feel right now, that gladness that it's over, see if you can feel that even in the hard parts, even all throughout the day, that same gratitude, trying to unattach to which part of the class or the process you're in, and just let that gratitude move through you all the time. And it's just by noticing those little patterns that helps us unlock those weird little conditions of being human. We don't notice it to judge ourselves or to be harsh. We just notice and we find that inner smile and go, haha, that's funny. And then we say, can I tap into this same feeling, that feeling of accomplishment or gratitude all the time? So I don't need to look from one task to the next to find that little zing or that sensation that I am doing a good job. Can I just feel that all the time? Can I have my self-worth be unrelated to my level of productivity? Yes. Yes, you can. So let's practice that. Close your eyes. And let go. Let go of controlling your breath. Let go of controlling your life or your day. Just here, just for a little bit longer, really give yourself permission to let go. Feel the weight of your head and your neck and your shoulders. See if you can feel that sensation like you're melting into the earth. See if you can feel every cell in your body vibrating at the frequency of perfection. See if you can allow that joy of being to come into you and move through you by letting go of our judgments and ideas about ourselves. Invite a deeper breath back into your body. Just invite yourself to stay in this heart space. Invite yourself to notice if you're already going, all right, I got to do this. I did it. I'm done. And just see if you can stay in this space and move slowly as you roll onto your right side. When you're ready, we'll come back to a seat. And the truth is, you're not done. This was just the beginning. This was the beginning, getting you in the right space to have an awesome day, an awesome life. So it's another reason it's not helpful to look at it like, all right, my yoga's done. Now I can go be a jerk to everyone. Not that you were going to. I was thinking about it, though, but I'm not going to. I'm going to stay with my breath and continue to see if I can bring just a little more joy into this moment, into this world. Not by doing anything spectacular, just by letting go a little more. All right, when you're ready, bring all that good energy we created in class. Bring your arms up overhead, squeeze your hands together, feel all that energy here. One more time, create space, reach out, fill up. Bring all that good energy down to the forehead for good, pure thoughts. Down to the lips for good, pure communication. And down to the heart for good, pure intentions. Let your head bow to the wisdom of your heart. Close your eyes. And before we send out our final prayer for peace, since I know all of you really, really do want to send out this idea that all beings everywhere have no suffering, I want you to think about how you are going to make sure of that within your household today, that there's nothing you do contributes to the suffering of another human, including yourself. All right? Otherwise, this is just kind of a nice thought, but just kind of an empty prayer for peace out there. But if we can commit to making sure that we will not create any suffering, even just that little tone of voice that's fully justified, even that just that little snarky, but not so snarky, it's fine, comment, just like really truly committing to not causing any suffering in the lives of anybody around us, and especially in ourselves, our judgments, that inner critic, right? See if you can commit to that, because if you can, this prayer will be much more full, more authentic. Bring your hands to that space above the forehead. Keep your eyes closed. May all beings everywhere be free from pain and suffering. May our thoughts and actions in some way contribute to that. Namaste. Shevs is so funny. So he gets up because he can during Namaste, you know. He's like, oh, I get to get up now, but he's like looking around because normally he gets to go over and like lick people. He's like, okay. He's like, Namaste. He just ran over there. Now he's coming back. He's like, all right, this really, I guess I'll play along, Mom. All right. I guess we're teaching yoga still. There's nobody here, but I guess we're still teaching yoga. You don't understand. Thank you all for coming. If anybody wants to pop on and say hello, they can, but no pressure. All right.